Hello everyone. Right, I'll just slow this down here because I'm just clearing a bit of an area. This here video is all going to be about what parts of your tank spots and a little bit about what parts of your tanks get spotted. Now I thankfully have the help of Funkall there in his mouse. He's kindly going to be in the big target that I'm going to spot while I'm in my pattern. Now the whole reason why I've used my pattern is, if you look at it, commander's hatch is nice and high, there's no gunner's hatch on it. It's a nice broad tank, it's got a high commander's hatch and everything like that, so it's just really useful. Now at this point I'm just going to show what part of the top of your tank spots enemy tanks. I'll zoom in a little bit here, and in the past I always thought it was the commander's hatch and only the commander's hatch that done the spotting, but it doesn't seem to be so. Whether it's a little periscope, but I've tried this in the T-54 and it's the same kind of thing, so it's not the periscope on the tank. Just clear this building out of the road because I need it to be able to do what I need it to do. Just slowly get into position, and Funko is there. I'm still able to spot him, but there's still a bit of my tank showing up, so I'm reversing back and I'm reversing back to get into a better position. Still waiting to get into a better position. Doing a lot of talking to Funkall, asking him what can he see of my tank, and he tells me, well, I can see the turret, I can see the commander's hatch. I go, okay, right, moving forward a little bit. What about now? Because he can't see my commander's hatch, as you can see, but you can still see the top of my turret. So what does Funkall tell me? From his gun, yeah, you can still see the top of my turret. So what I do is I go down a little bit more. At this point, Funkall tells me, can't see anything. Nothing of your tank is shown. Now, okay, good. Now, still the top of my tank is visible from the top of his tank. Still a little bit on this side. But he can't see any of my tank whatsoever. Down more into position, and here we go. There's nothing off the top of my tank that he can see. And this is the perfect position now. As you can see, from that line there's nothing of my tank visible to his tank, not even from the top, apart from that little wee viewport. But as I turn around here, nothing, absolutely nothing now that can be seen. Now this shows you basically it's a virtual line from your commander's hatch across. That's a spot model, not the actual model of your tank, but there seems to be basically like the collision model for all penetration. There is a viewing model. At this point I'm asking Funkall, can you just turn and rotate? Now I'll speed this up because it takes some time. Can he spin around and rotate? There, every time he faces up at the top I can spot him. Anytime he goes to the side I can't. Therefore it's the top of his tank that I can see. We'll just wait until he spots up again. There you go. Now as you can see, the top of his tank, the top of the turret, is what I'm spotting. Speed up, he'll start spinning around. As soon as he goes side on, he will disappear. There we go, he's disappeared. So I'll do this a few times just to try it out. This here was me testing things, so it takes a long time, please bear with me. There's a lot of mistakes that I make, even whenever I'm talking through it. I Can't remember exactly what I was saying to phone call. I should have saved the TeamSpeak 3 audio files so I could learn what I was doing. At this point, I just want to try over the top of the ledge. It'd be a bit closer to get a better idea. So as I reverse, if you can imagine the virtual line there from the commander's hatch across the top of the turret, that's what's getting me the spotting. Now the whole reason why I know it's across the line of the top of the turret is I've done this in the T-54. I could add that to the end of this video just to confirm it for everybody. And I might just do that. Now, I'm playing about, I'm trying to find a better spot again, but it doesn't work. Spin around, I'm trying here, nah, that's not a good spot for showing it again. As I was saying, there's a lot of trial and error within this video, so keep trying it and keep trying. Nope, not gonna work, not gonna work. Go over here, too many trees. I don't want the camouflage mechanic to be into thing, because I want direct line of sight. Here we go. Now, at this point, I decided, well, what can Funko see of my tank? Does he need to see a certain percentage of the tank, or is it just a little bit? I'm just going to be showing him a little bit of the back of my tank. A spotting should show up any second. There we go. So I know he can see me now, but I can't see him. He's up there. We know where his position is, but he's able to see me. I'll fast forward this a little bit more. There he is. I just wanted to get it so I could see there's where he is. I want to go back a little bit more. I'll speed this up again. There we go. You should see me now. That's us. I'll keep speeding this up because it takes so long, all of this, but it's just handy. So talk it away to Funko. Da 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 da. There, I can see him now. Right. That's where he's at. That's the edge of my hole. Can Funko see me? Speed up a little bit more. Until I turn around and show him just the back of my hull. He goes, yes, I can see you now. So it's all the matter of, even if he can see my tracks, which is more of my tank visible, he can't see me. I disappear. As soon as I spin around and show him even a smidgen of my hull, as you can see from here, he can spot me. So it's all about whether you can see the hull. Doesn't matter about the tracks. Now at this point I want to see how much of my tank do I need to show from the back before I can spot him. There we go. That's how much of my tank I have to show before I can spot him on the back. Now it seems to be all about that commander's hatch. The middle of the commander's hatch is when I can start spotting them. Not the back, you know, there's not a virtual line going across the top of the commander's hatch from front and back to the turret. Nope. It seems to be smack bang in the middle of where the commander's hatch is. Need to try it on a different other tanks just to see whether that's exactly true. I think I'll do it in the T-54. I might make that into a second video as a confirmation to all the spotting mechanics. T-54 is my first tank that I used. I learned a few wee things from it, but the whole reason why I used the pattern for it, as I was saying, is the shape of the tank is nice and broad. You can obviously see where the commander's hatch is. There's no gunner's hatch that's similar to it, so you can really show the virtual lining. Also, it's a nice long hull, so you can see the next wee trick I'm going to show you, which is whenever he disappears, because I'm a little bit too far forward, so he'll start to disappear now. There we go. Right. With this, I turn the turret. He's disappeared.
User joined your channel.
As soon as I show up, bam, I can see him. But I haven't moved the tank. The commander's hatch can see him a wee bit, but no, it's not the commander's hatch that's doing the viewing, because he's disappeared. As soon as I show the gun over a little bit more, it takes a wee bit more. There we go. There's the mouse. There's where the gun joins the turret, just behind the mantle. That's the bit. See, that's the bit. As you can see, is where the gun joins the turret. And that's where the next button, basically where the gun sight is for the gun. If your gun sight is in line of sight of an enemy tank, it will spot it. And I'll just play around here, turn in the gun, turn in the mantle. There we go. You'll soon start to disappear. There. I can't remember if I turn the gun again. No, I don't. Right, on to the next wee bit. I'll speed up. Next wee bit is basically using everything that I learnt from that to see whether showing all of my track face on, which will be a fair size amount of my tank. Let's see how much that would be. One side would be a fifth, 20% of the side of my tank. Can he spot me? Alright, this here's the perfect spot. Now, the top of my tank can still see him, so I need to reverse back, reverse back, reverse back, reverse back until the top of my tank can't see him over the top of the building. Here we go. Here. Now, I know from what Fonko was saying in TeamSpeak he can't see me, but because my gun sight, which is where the turret joins the gun, can see him, he can't see me. Now, did you spot that sixth sense? It takes me to show him my hull. I think I do it again. He can't see me. Come on, do it again. No, I don't seem to do it again. But basically, as you saw, it took me wiggling my tank before he could see me. It took me to show my hull of the pattern to him before he could spot me. And this next wee bit was just faffing about. We decided to shoot each other, and this is the end of it. I learned something pretty cool with this. I'll just go into first sight, start shooting at the mouse. I was trying to hit the top of the tank to get his engine, but no luck. Take another shot. No. Take another shot. Come on, come on, come on. Bang. Oh, what happened there? I actually shot him. Now I'll continue letting this go forward. There, you can see now perfectly where the shot ricocheted off the front of his gun and went into the top of the tank. That was pretty awesome. So that's the end of it with the spot mechanics. I tried doing this one time and I had half an hour's of footage and I hadn't recorded my voice. I near cried, but it was all over the show. This here's only a real short video to show a bit of the spot mechanics. I'll do it again with the T54 after I upload this to confirm all the things that I've learnt with this, so you guys can get a really good idea about how things are spotted and how you are spotted as a tank. So thanks for listening, and hopefully it makes sense. Cheers now.